Can you read the question on the first page? Can you read? What? Can you read? 1, 2, 3. What's there in the city? Say it one more time. What's there in the city? Little faster. What's there in the city? 1, 2, 3. What's there in the city? Would you try this 2 more times? 1, 2, 3. What's there in the city? What's there in the city? Good. What's there in the city? All right, question here. What's there in the city? Oh, I cannot hear your voice. What's there in the city? Little louder. What's there in the city? Is it louder? No. What's there in the city? Look at this. Guys, look at this. Look at this. What are they? They are I Square? Yes. Around the I Square shopping complex, shopping mall. What are they? They are separate stores. Good, Tony. Say it, everyone. They are stores. Come again. They are stores. So what's there in the city? What's there in the city? It means in Korean, 도시에는 뭐가 있죠? English, answer. There are stores in the city. In the city. I will count 5 seconds. You need to answer the question in 5 seconds. Do you understand? All right. What's there in the city? Good. Let's try this a little faster. 4 seconds. What's there in the city? Time's up. Try again. 4 seconds. What's there in the city? Ding dong ding. Yeah, let's give it a try. This is going to be a little more challenging. Challenge means difficult. 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. What's there in the city? Stop. Time's up. Little faster. What's there in the city? Good job. What's there in the city? What is this, everybody? It's a movie theater. Say it. Movie theater. Movie theaters. Okay. What's there in the city? Good job, Kelly. Let's try this sentence, this answer in 5 seconds. What's there in the city? Good. Now let's give it a try. 4 seconds. What's there in the city? Ooh, almost there. And 3 seconds. What's there in the city? And time's up. What about me? There are movie theaters in the city. There are movie theaters in the city. Do not breathe. Do not breathe, okay? 1, 2, 3. Good. Now you can do it. Now, what's this, everybody? What's this? It's a hospital. Every time you answer the question, everything must be spoken in a sentence. Sentence, 문장, please. Okay? That is a hospital. That is a hospital. Or it's a hospital. Nancy, what is this? It's a hospital. Charles, what's this then? The little tiny car. It's on. Gugucha. Ambulance. Ambulance. What are these people? Doctor. He's a doctor. She's a nurse. He's a doctor too. Hey, Tony, what is a doctor? Tell me about a doctor. You know how to say it. You know how to answer this question. A doctor is a person. Would you try? Mm-hmm. Wow. Hey, Tony. Smart boy. Yes, as Tony says, a doctor is a person who helps sick people get well. That is a perfect answer. 완벽답이야. Tony, then what's this place? What is it? No. It's a hospital. So everybody try to answer in sentences. In sentences means 문장으로. Okay? Charles, what is it? No, what is it? It's a hospital. Okay. What's there in the city? Good job. There are hospitals in the city. 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Good. And Sandy, 5 seconds. What's there in the city? 5 seconds. You answer the red. You need to read the red sentence. 1, 2, 3. Good. And boys, what's there in the city? There are hospitals in the city. Nancy and Gina, what's there in the city?
There are hospitals in the city.
Good. It didn't even take 4 seconds. Perfect. Samara, what's there in the city?
There are hospitals in the city.
And why don't you ask me the question? Ask me. 물어봐 나한테 the question 질문.
What is there in the city?
What?
What's
Or 아니면 what is. So what's there in the city?
there in the city?
There are hospitals in the city. There are hospitals in the city. There are hospitals in the city. Okay. There are no clues. 힌트, 단서 없어요. You need to figure this out. Figure this out. 자, 여러분 스스로 알아보세요. What's there in the city?
There are parks in the city.
Wow, Nancy, good. And everybody did a perfect job. Let me ask you one more time. 한 번 더 물어볼게요. What's there in the city? You know, when you say why don't you say it a little higher in tones? Higher in tones. Oh, no. Yes, they are in the city. There are parks in the city. And what about what's there in the city? They're not libraries. Schools. Yes, there are schools. Schools in the city. What's there in the city? Two things. No, two things. 두 가지를 얘기하셔야 돼요. There are people or many people and cars in the city. Try it again. 다시 한번 해볼게요. What's there in the city? There are many people and cars in the city. Okay, Gina, what's there in the city?
There are many people and cars in the city.
Good job. And what is this place, guys? Restaurants, okay? So what's there in the city? There are restaurants in the city. Try it again. There are restaurants in the city. This picture has been taken from shutterstock.com. And what's there in the country? What's there in the country? There are barns in the city. In the country. There are barns in the country. There are barns in the country. That was a mistake. What's there in the country? There are barns in the country. So everybody, barns in the country. Not a buang. Barns. Okay, what are these? 얘네들 뭐야? Farm animals. Animals. So what's there in the country? There are animals in the country. There are animals in the country. What's this place? Yes. Houses with Yeah. Houses with fences. Houses with fences. These with fences. Good. And what's there in the country? There are houses with fences in the country. 울타리가 있는 집. Houses with fences. Oh, what's this? Well, I wish I were there. A whole new world. Like when I look at this kind of picture, and this reminds me a song about this kind of place. Crystal clear. Crystal clear. Can't go back to where I used to be. You know? The Aladdin. The song. Okay, everybody. It's a lake. 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 What do you do in the lake? 호수에서는 뭐 하죠? Fishing. Swimming. A lake for fishing and swimming. A lake for fishing and swimming. Right? 수영과 낚시를 위한 호수. What's this? Crops. 경찰관요? Crops. There are many crops. Many crops in the country. There are many crops in the country. What is this? Pun. Puns. 연못. There are puns in the country. There are puns in the country. Okay. Talk in front of others. There are stores in the city. Store Director Street, Chestnut Hill. Okay. I didn't take this picture. 선생님 찍은 사진은 아니에요. There are movie theaters in the city. There are movie theaters in the city. The question, what's there in the city? No, what's there in the city? And there are hospitals in the city. Sit up nice. 똑바로 앉아주세요. What's there in the city? There are parks in the city. What's there in the city? There are parks in the city. What's there in the city? There are schools in the city. What's there in the city? There are many people and cars in the city. What's there in the city? There are restaurants in the city. Okay, what's there in the city? There are what's there in the country? There are barns in the country. What's there in the country? There are animals in the country. What's there in the country? There are houses with fences in the country. What's there in the country? There are lakes in the country. What's there in the country? There are crops in the country. What's there in the country? There are ponds in the country. Okay?